Network Warrior, and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. I am here today with one of the good guys in network marketing. I think there's people with black hats in network marketing. There's people with white hats in network marketing. This guy is one of the good guys in network marketing. He is the president and CEO of a company called Vemma. And typically, I think this is the second. I had Richard Brook on. Good guy. And you're the second.
I use his toothpaste every day.
Yes, good. You're the second corporate person that I've had on, and I brought you on for a couple specific reasons. One is you've had background as a distributor. You weren't just, Mr. Corporate. You really understand what it is that we do on a daily basis in this network marketing profession. And second, I think you've got a pretty unique view because you've been around the profession for how many years?
20. I don't even want to admit that. Don't put that out.
Too late. So 20 years or so you've been around. So you've been able to see what successful people do and what unsuccessful people do, and kind of the common denominators. Looking from your viewpoint, even within your particular world, you can see what the successful people do and what other people don't do. So let me just start by saying, with this unique, first of all, thank you for taking the time and jumping on. We've been threatening to do this for several months now.
It's my honor. If you didn't have such a crazy travel schedule, we would have done it earlier.
Exactly. So anyway, from this unique view that you have, what do you think, if you had to try and describe, what were the common themes of the super successful? What are the people that really do well inside of network marketing? What do they do that's different from the people who don't do well?
That's a great question, because it's sometimes you kind of scratch your head and you think like, this guy's going to be perfect. He's going to blow it up. I can get the room edition, put on the house now that I got him, and they turn out to just fizzle. Yet you have these unassuming people that just take a hold of something and run with it. And when you stop and think about it, in all companies, the products are the same and the compensation plan's the same, and the big differentiating factor is a level of desire that a person has. And I got a testimonial from a lady in the Amish community. Here's somebody that doesn't have a computer, doesn't have her own phone, has to use a community phone. Doesn't have a car. And is so fired up about this industry and what it can do for her and her family. And so I would say it's the level of desire that really sets people apart. And we can't, as the sponsor or the enroller, we cannot determine that level in a person. But it's a sorting process. You got to go through people and find out when the timing's right for them. And if the timing's not right for them, I always tell people, hey, respect their decision. Don't beat them up. Just drip on them and stay in touch. And forever's a long time in this industry, and everything kind of goes in cycles. And so, we get paid for being friendly, and so make yourself a fortune by being friendly.
So desire. Let me ask a different question, because I do think desire is a big thing. I think there's a lot of people who watch this program says, hey, look, I got plenty of desire, man, and I'm still not getting the financial results that I'm looking for, that I really want. If they say that they have the desire, what other kind of attribute would you say that the successful people have?
You got to be disciplined. You got to bring it. It's you've heard it's network marketing, not work marketing. You got to network. You've got to communicate. My dad used to say you got to circulate to percolate. You got to be out there. When I was selling advertising, could you imagine me being a salesman? Selling advertising, I used to go to the Chamber of Commerce mixers, and I'd have a drink in one hand and a stack of business cards in the other hand, and just go out there. And my dad used to also say the bunnies will lead you to the bears, so don't prejudge people. My parents, when I was 9 years old, my parents got involved in Amway, so I basically was raised from a distributor mindset. And I remember I couldn't make Amway work. After 3 years, I was making $800 a month living at home, and I went out. I went out and got a real job, and it wasn't until my parents got involved in Mattall KM that after watching what my little brother did and saying, hey, you know what, this is something I think I can do. So you got to relate with the product, you got to have a strong level of desire, and you got to work. I mean, you got to work it, and when you stop and think about it, work ethic plays such a huge role in anybody's success in life. And that's the one thing I've been blessed with. My wife is like, how come you don't turn it off? I don't know. I just have been raised since I got my first job bagging groceries at 14 years old. I was just raised to work. And you know, my dad used to tell me, if you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. But it takes a lot of work. People come into this industry with this mindset that, hey, it's just going to happen to me. My number one income earner is just walking behind my picture there. You know, if I didn't pay him $2 million a year, I'd give him a hard time. But it's a lot of work. And, you know, here, like Tom, that just walked behind me, he's still working, you know, and I think desire and work ethic are the two things. And you gotta be coachable. I mean, you know, a lot of people, it's funny how people come in, they go, oh, I'm going to do it this way. And you know, people think experience is the best teacher, and it's not. It's other people's experience is the best teacher. And you got to follow, you got to be coachable and just do what works and do a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.